hope now. And on home turf, Nipper now out of the tournament. It's going to be Fnatic here, so...
It would be truly disastrous if Fnatic also didn't make it to Globen tomorrow. I can't even imagine the consequences. Well, Fnatic have a 3-man stack, all of them in checkered over there. That is... Actually, I've never seen that pistol round before from anyone. That's interesting.
It's definitely a very cool play. If they come rushing in here, sometimes you do have teams that decide to go for very...
Oh my God.
Are you kidding? This could be perfect! Olafmeister is forced out of the corner. Crims is still waiting, though.
Reflex. If that had been 2 pixels further to the right, it is already a really cool play, but if it had been a little bit more to the right, that would have been the sickest start. Very nicely done. So here we are. Beginning of it. This is Dreamhack Stockholm, best of 1 between Fnatic and 3D Max. Welcome to the show, everyone. Let's see if the Finnish hope can somehow manage to upset the situation here. Fnatic clearly the favorite team, but you never know in a best of 1. The beginning here is going to mean a lot. And actually right now, Pronax is the only one holding. This is a great read by the Finnish team. Pronax is going to put up a Molotov, but that's not going to block the whole site. It may sort of block the standard part, but they should be able to put down the bomb here anyway pretty quickly.
Yeah, it is blocking the standard plant, and already Pronax manages to pick up 1 headshot. Reflex is dropped, or Xart rather, is dropped fairly low here as well for 3D Max, but they're just going to be closing in. And Fnatic, with this man advantage, can apply the chokehold. They can just close in on 3D Max, get them boxed in on this site, and rush them down, and that's exactly what's happening here. Flusha taking point, but Xart not to with 2, and this... Well, Natu killing one of his own teammates. That doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. Disturb here at the back of site. Has to stay alive. Just wait it out. He's going to try and go for JW. Gets the time to reload, and there it is. Instantly turns around, and they have the kit as well. So they are going to be able to get that defuse in. Oh, great retake from Fnatic. 3D Max, they almost managed to break it home, and there's one... I don't know, there was one feature actually of this round that annoyed me a little bit. So I don't know if you noticed, but... in the main entrance in towards that A-bomb site, Caron was actually waiting there, and he was waiting in that position because he was worried that someone from Fnatic was backstabbing, but no one ever did, and I kind of wish he would have rotated all around through middle. I wished he would have tried to backstab Fnatic from that position, because initially he would have had the time to do it, but I guess that's kind of a hard call for him to make exactly right then, but it looked like there was a slight opening for some trickery right there.
Let's figure it out exactly what is going to happen here. Pronax again holding on this A site. Solo for now. He's going to have support from short, however. Double crossfire, in fact. Olafmeister's already lighting people up left and right. And this is looking like another Fnatic anti-eco round. Near perfection. Olafmeister gets overwhelmed at the end. The 4 remaining members here for Fnatic. It's still a solid round. Oh, JW actually not wasting any time. He goes straight for the AWP.
Yeah, so not playing like some of the other teams we've been seeing earlier that prefer to have just one guy running around with the pistol.
CZ,
Yeah. Another team that does that a lot is Copenhagen Wolves, Nico, playing a lot with Glock when he's on the terrorist side until he can pick up an orb. But yeah, JW going straight for it.
Not wasting any time at all. I suppose that's no big surprise considering it's JW, but JW also, I mean, we have seen Fnatic in the past also go for full rifles, much like Titan, so... it looks like right now they're going to be allowing the Swedish Opera to go to work. And this is going to be actually a pretty decent situation for him, seeing as how the smoke does go down, but he is alive on this site. And if he were to just take a shot there, he could start off strong.
Yeah, he's Molotov out of the back, but he's still going to be picking up a kill here. Misses the next one, and then almost a double to return. He's going to go down, and this is looking great for the Finns. It's Flusha and Crims left. The bomb is going to be planted, and they can get into good positions. Again, this time you see Xart in that position. And he could actually be wrapping around to backstab the remaining Fnatic members. Right now, he's just checking to see if anyone's coming. But if they don't come in a couple of seconds, why not just move? Caron, now 1-on-3 here for Flusha.
This is actually fantastic. Flusha turns away, and there you go.
Sick round.
Bit of life there in 3D Max as well. They're going to be feeling good about picking up their first buy round, 3rd round. And now, I don't think there's going to be enough money for a full buy here from Fnatic.
No, there probably won't be, but they might force it up anyway. The really wonderful thing about this round was how well 3D Max managed to use these smoke grenades to directly counter that AWP from JW. So it may have been a little bit early, but apparently 3D Max were ready for it.
They just smoked everything up there. A couple missed shots there from JW as well that would have really turned the tide. It's going to be 3D Max just getting boosted up here. Nice little pressure in mid. Going to open up this map, basically give them some options as to where they want to go on this site.
And Disturbed, smoking off. It's a good idea. Just taking it slowly here, not really risking too much. Pronax again, the 5-7 in hand is going to be forced back, and Disturbed will take him down. So things are looking quite good right now for the Terror side.
Fnatic At this point, their aim is to try and get into position to get some exit frags, but the smokes are they just keep landing in mid-connector. 3D Max wanting to make sure that they aren't able to get backstabbed, really. So they're going to funnel Fnatic into the common spots. CT spawn, for example, and Corona is already looking. Would like to see Corona take a bit more of a passive position, however, and not exactly face. He's only got 18 HP, and that's well within lethal range here for these CZs.
Yeah, it's going to be Natsu's turn to walk in, and JW's waiting there. Does a lot of damage here to the 3D Max leader, but can they make it out alive? Fnatic do have a really good shot at getting a lot of exit kills, which would be kind of bad for the Finnish side.
Yeah, you need 3 of these members from 3D Max to get pretty far away as well. So to avoid this bomb blast, Crims could lay into them, but Reflex leads the way, soaks up the damage, and manages to get the kill. And it's going to be JW alone in Garage. Nobody here for him to go ahead and frag. He's got his CZ75 though, but only 3450 on him. This is still enough to force up on Fnatic's side.
It is enough to force up, but it won't be enough for them to buy an AWP save. I still would be surprised if they're not going to go for the buy, just because I think Fnatic are coming into this game feeling very, very confident. I think they feel like, all right, let's just get run over 3D Max and then get into playing Dignitas or Copenhagen Wolves and see how that goes. Which is not a good mentality to get in with, actually. They need to think about this game before anything else, because that would give the terrorist side right now a big opening.
Absolutely.
Fnatic underestimating them would be the best thing they could do.
There's some of the best Finnish talent on this team right here,
Yeah.
so you can't really exactly take 3D Max lightly. And this buy isn't actually that big of a deal because they still got 4 M4s. All of them rocking the silencer as well, so that's interesting that Fnatic, they choose Unity rather than having a mix of A4 and A1. And JW still has that CZ75 to complement the Scout, so there's still quite a bit of firepower here for Fnatic. 3D Max have to be a little bit careful as to how they approach this, although 3D Max still have all of their smokes and all of their mollies. If they were to go for an A play, they could basically choose where they want to go at this point and just completely bombard a site into oblivion.
Yeah. Actually, I definitely think it's very reasonable for Fnatic to go for all these silence weapons, because there's so many places on this map where you can get shot at from multiple angles, and it can be really hard to know exactly where you're getting shot from. Even in this B bomb side, upper or lower, exactly where the shot's coming from could be a little bit more difficult with that silence weapon. Now, they're going to smoke off, and counter flashes are coming out as well from the Fnatic side. Just 20 seconds left here for the terrorist side to make it through, and it's not looking easy, but Xart disturbed, picking up 2 great return frags now. It's only Flusher in here. Picks up 1, goes for a second one. He still has 5 bullets left. Gonna peek again, and Xart down there looking for the kill. Will pick up the double. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and now there's no more times. Caron can't really do anything. He picks up the 1 kill, but he will lose this round, and that is a real shame. That very nearly worked. If they'd realized instantly where Flusher was, and again, they couldn't. The silenced weapon makes it so much more difficult. But if they had, that could have been an opening.
But also having so much defense on Fnatic here, already on this B site, it's going to be Flusher here, as we see the replay. Him buying so much time as well to allow for Olafmeister to come through that smoke on upper and line up the shot. So good play there by Fnatic, but that was still a very expensive round from them. 3D Max still have ample money to go for a rebuy in this round. So the pressure is not going to let up here for the Swedes. The Finns definitely looking to take advantage here. But Disturbed is going to manage to spot out JW at mid sandbags, and that's going to be some pressure going out. He's deciding to have a bit of a flambe that could force JW to change up his position. But for now, at least, 3D Max, they're actually in a great position to just take over A site, and Olafmeister gets caught out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, nice opening from Reflex. Could they do a little bit more? Olafmeister already gone, and they have a 1-man advantage. JW is also very low on health here. And in spite of having the advantage, you can see the Finnish team actually aren't rushing it. They're still playing very carefully, and that's a great sign. It's a very healthy sign for a team in this position.
Yeah, really not taking too many risks. They've still got plenty of nades. Down to 1 flash, though, but still, this is going to force Fnatic into a bit of an awkward position. They're going to walk into a bunch of different crossfires. It's going to be Crims taking point. He manages to overwhelm, not to immediately, however. So strong play there, finds Reflex, and this is now down to the last man here for 3D Max. All on Corona in a 1v2. He just needs to stay alive at this point, but Crims assassinates him, and this is going to be Fnatic bouncing right back into the driver's seat. 4 rounds now for them.
That was a very important, very impressive round from Crims, of course. And I'm wondering if the communication was lacking just a little bit here on the 3D Max side. It seemed like, actually, in this particular position, when Crims goes back around, I guess Reflex, yeah, he thought there was someone in there, but it was actually his teammates. I'm wondering if he got a little bit tricked.
A little turned around there.
Yeah. That's a shame, because that was a really good position overall for 3D Max. But 4-2, Fnatic looking predictably quite strong. And JW still, even with the scout, he's still being very annoying here in the middle.
Oh, that Molly just barely gets down. That's going to work out perfectly here for Team 3D Max. It's going to force JW into a bit of a tight spot, or a hot spot. That did not work.
He was so hungry to get the kills, he actually was just walking around the fire there. Natu can't pick up that kill on Pronax. And in the middle, side goes down. So we're looking at a flawless round here from 3D Max. And now they're starting to get in there.
Yeah, now it seems like Fnatic are starting to pick up momentum.
Yeah.
Keeping so many members alive now means that they get to have plenty of money to invest in these rounds, and they could potentially upgrade JW to that AWP, which is, I think, going to be the go-to strategy for him there. Just get him that AWP, let him start shutting people down, but so long as he doesn't die, he's content to hold on to the Scout. And in this sort of situation, 3D Max ecoing, the Scout is great. One shot, one kill with no Kevlar, so he's going to be able to just use it like an AWP, and he's going to be even more mobile. So this is a great weapon here for JW, who just loves to run around the map.
It absolutely is. Olofmeister is defending. He's got two people right next to him, so when that squeaky door opens, the backup should be there pretty quickly.
Smoke goes out. A bit of an odd timing there, but Pronax is going to manage to whip out his gun in time and shut this down. It's going to be one man getting overwhelmed. Crims, they get revenge, but not before he gets 2 frags. Still, Fnatic, 6 rounds now, and they're still continuing to develop a sick bank. 3D Max, in the meantime, after that round of eco, have plenty of money to invest in this round. Do they go for an AWP on XR is what I'm wondering at this point. Do they want to count on him going toe-to-toe?
Yeah.
And yes, he will have that AWP, so JW has upgraded himself, and this is going to be the battle now.
Yeah, definitely really important if they can get him to get the opening frags, and actually JW's all the way in the back, so there's going to be a bit of an up battle here if he just moves up a little bit. They both miss the shot. And JW has some backup in the vents, Crim, so if they try and rush him down here, it's going to work out, and that's such a great duck. Just crouching in, and Sart, fast as he is, couldn't pick up that kill.
Incredible. Now this is JW in his element, and now with that pop flash as well. But Pronax is going to find Corona over on the A site. That squeak door cleaned up. Crims, not sure if they've found him in the vents yet, but this is a very tough position for 3D Max to find themselves in. They're 2-man down. They still have plenty of nades to work for, but they have to find an entry somewhere to create some space, and Fnatic are giving them 0 opportunities at this point. Fnatic are very much in control of mid and just willing to hold on to the sites. It's going to be down to the clock, really. 3D Max are going to have their hand forced for them.
Yeah, they're still spending a lot of time in the middle, and Flusher's tired of waiting. He's going to go and find them instead, and this is definitely going to catch them off guard. That's the opening headshot here. Goes for a second one, almost picks up reflex. And actually, Natu's going to pick up that kill on Crim, so that opens up a little bit of a room in towards that B-bomb side if they wanted to, but they're actually going back around, and Olofmeister is merciless. Yeah,
that's the important bit as well. For a second, Pronax was definitely exposed, looking the wrong way, but Natu, now that he's lost his bomb carry over in A main, he's pretty much... This is what happens. He has to go and try and find that bomb, but Pronax, of course, abuses that information and just shuts him down on short. So
I'd like to see 3D Max go for a B-split push through the vents, because you see, actually, right here. So JW's in checkered, and up in the vents, we saw that Crims was there. That duck is still beautiful, but if you force Crims, who's in the vents, to decide about defending middle or defending towards the checkered room, and then you flash Olofmeister out maybe, or JW, depending on who's there, you could be doing a good job. They're moving in pretty close. They're not splitting it. They're just running straight in here, and Olofmeister's going to pick up the first kill, gets a second one too, peeks again, and he's going to miss it. Pistols out, and he's finally going to go down now. 2-on-2, and a pretty cool rush coming out in 3D Max that works really well.
Yeah, really solid. Pronax finds the angle, however, to pick up Reflex, who was in CT spawn, and this is going to be down to Natu now. 1v2 clutch situation for him. JW coming out on upper is going to force him out into the open. Pronax going for the mad spray, readjusts his aim, and gets the kill. This is the important bit. They even managed to save that AWP. They could actually have 2 of them now, Olofmeister's AWP and JW's, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Fnatic going to count on these double sniper rifle plays. But Olofmeister certainly did his work right there. Getting those 2 frags, even doing the damage on the third, that's exactly what he has to do.
Close round here for the Finnish team, but it's not close enough. And especially that kill. Disturbed maybe could have been fast enough to take that one down, but in the end, Natu in an uncomfortable situation. He's going to bring it into an 8-2 scoreline. A little bit of camera confusion. Flusher does pick up Natu at the beginning of this round. And the Finns just don't have that much money left. They need to start winning a little bit more. And look at how aggressive Olofmeister is being over here.
Yeah, he's all the way out there. Look at this. Where do you go? And that's the bomb as well. Does he change up the angle to go and look towards Garage? He does, in fact. So he's got a very... This is a disgusting angle. I mean, they really are pacing themselves, but that smoke going down, that's really going to piss off 3D Max. Now all of a sudden they know that this is going to be even more time wasted because XArt now has to slow down his pace to try and clear this position. Olofmeister's bought a lot of time. They try to change up the angle, but Crims with the spray through the smoke manages to pick up a guy.
Very nicely done. Kuron and XArt, I mean, they're only just now making it towards the B bomb site. That is going to be an easy pick-off. Second kill maybe for Olofmeister here. They're just all peeking. And that's going to be it. 9-2. Fnatic are showing that their online performances translate very well into LAN play here. This is about the level that I think a lot of people were expecting from Fnatic.
Yeah, they still look incredibly good. Just clearly dominant right now. And this is going to be 9-2, yeah, for Fnatic. They've got so much money. 3D Max forced to eco because they aren't getting plants. They aren't even really getting close to sites. Fnatic are just pushing out across the map at this point. JW, aggressive position in Squeak Door, manages to pick up Disturbed, who is carrying the bomb for 3D Max. So that's going to force another rotation. 2 guys now for 3D Max in the Squeak Door area, but Fnatic are converging on this A site already. They know that this is where 3D Max are going to try and rush in. Yeah,
with just pistols, it's just complete slaughter. Nobody dying. Nobody even taking any damage on that side. 10-2. 13th round is coming up. XArt will pick up that AWP again. And his spawn is actually really far back in the bomb site. So he can't even run and try and challenge anyone at B really early, which is unfortunate. That would be a fun opening kill for them. If Fnatic, they've been playing a lot in that vent, and there's another way to deal with the vent apart from just pushing it, is you can actually go back and Molotov it all the way over almost from sort of the outside of the A bomb site. So that could be another attempt. But right now you can see Fnatic aren't playing the vent, so it wouldn't even matter. They're going for a bit of an A push with just leaving one guy over at B, and that's XArt.
Yeah, XArt to try and draw some attention over there. He does have that AWP, so he could get into a battle with JW, who's holding on that side of the map. But there's still Olofmeister alive, looking down main. So if they come rushing in here, 3D Max are going to be greeted by his AWP. Seems like 3D Max want to go for a multi-boost into mid, basically. 2 guys boosted up, and they're going to go together. So if Flusha picks up one, the other one for 3D Max is expected to get the frag.
Yeah, well, JW wins the battle over at B. Flashbang comes out here from Flusha by the sandbags, and it's going to be an easy kill for him on Nato's second headshot comes in. Disturbed is down, and Flusha will never surrender. And it's going to be a third one. Now Karon goes down in that bomb site, and that was a pretty solid mid defense there.
Flusha just doing, just Flusha things.
Yeah, all he needed was like a Humvee to drive himself out of there.
He hops in the Hummer, and he's like, oh, yo, I'm going to go get some food. Dude. This is just such clean rifle work from him. The third one in particular just snaps too, adjusts his aim. And
yeah, be glad there's no Overwatch for this one.
Right?
It's ridiculous. All right, the 14th round is coming up here, and the vent is knifed once again. There is a Molotov here on the 3D Max side, so maybe they could try and get rid of Flusha in this vent.
That's a nice flash, and well, he's going to spot a lot of guys out here for 3D Max. It's going to be Crims who's going to be the one here at the back, and that's not going to work for them. Fnatic getting overwhelmed somewhat. Flusha may have been able to find a shot, but it's going to be Olofmeister at the back of the site getting naded, and now he knows that somebody's out on this site with him. He is not alone. He's trying to check all the angles. Very awkward spot that he finds himself in here.
Yeah, but JW actually somehow manages to catch Natu. Looked like he almost pre-fired at the edge of the smoke. I have no idea how that works. Reflex, though, has made his way into the B bomb site, which is really cool. If he's fast enough, maybe he can actually get in a better position here. If he gets up in the corner, no way are Fnatic going to try and check that. In fact, JW is in a bad position. He may get backstabbed here, and that's going to be the kill. Back into a 2-on-2. Let's see if 3D Max can end up an 11-4 if they could just win this round here. But Flusha gets the kill. XArt now trapped inside the bomb site in the 1-on-2.
Yeah, Galil in hand. No nades to buy time with either. And it's going to be Olofmeister and Flusha to just close in on him like sharks. Flusha already trying to close the distance. Olofmeister setting it up with nades. They're just trying to do a little bit of preliminary damage here to 3D Max or to XArt, but it's a one-on-one situation, and Flusha's still alive here. XArt playing this beautifully, though. He's playing for the bomb. He's just playing a hide-and-seek game. So long as he stays alive behind these boxes, Flusha can't really do anything about this, and he just manages to pick up Flusha when he has to commit. So really well done there by XArt at the end, turning that 2-on-2 situation into a win.
Yeah, and hiding right next to the fire, I think maybe tricked Flusha into thinking he probably wasn't going to be in that corner. So very intelligent play, definitely. And that's going to make it 11-3. Still a long ways to go for 3D Max right here, but yeah, they do have some talent.
Well, it's the 15th round, and they did manage to pick up that win, and that was crucial for them. It means they're going to have nades and rifles to work with here. They're going for the double boost again in mid. Flash over. Flusha gets annihilated, and this is not looking good. Pronax does manage to get in here, but no kills go Fnatic's way. It's a 2-on-5, and the only guys alive are actually JW and Olafmeister, and they're kind of closing in, playing aggressive at this point.
And what Fnatic were trying to do was actually doing a counter boost on the CT side, because you can do that. They just got caught mid-boost, and this is turning into a flawless round for 3D Max. It's sad that it's the 15th round, so they can't use this victory in upcoming rounds because they're going to be switching halves, but it's still a really impressive round for them.
I really like that pop flash that comes out as well. Like, really, that's definitely a play that 3D Max have put some time into to perfect, because they've got both guys boosted up, and then as soon as that flash goes off, they're through, they're pushing, and Fnatic this time around just get overwhelmed. So 3D Max now in a 1-on-4 plant position situation. JW is going to go leaping over it, just catches Disturbed. But Natu's in position to stop him from getting further into the site, and it's an 11-4 scoreline here in the first half. And this is very satisfactory for Fnatic. They're going to be pleased with this half.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Definitely something that they can use going into it. Win or lose the pistol round, they put themselves close to a victory already. There's really no denying it. So we're going to have to see 3D Max really convince us that that there's going to be like a comeback happening. Reflex, the top fragging for 3D Max right now, and actually very close to the top fragger on the Fnatic side, which is JW on 14. 14-12, very close actually. That's cool.
That's the scary part when you look at it. It's basically nearly everybody on Fnatic are in double digits. Everybody on Fnatic in double digits right now. Yeah. And only Reflex above the 10 frag mark here for 3D Max. So this is the time for 3D Max to turn things around. Pistol round of the second half to decide who's going to get the guns. And this is going to be 3D Max slowing things down on this B site, but Fnatic have grouped up outside of it. So they're deciding to go for a YOLO play here, Fnatic. As soon as they spot something, flash in, and this could be opening.
Yeah. Reflex potentially in a great position. This is a nice crossfire, but the Molotov won't save him. Crims will open it up. Disturbed looking for a return. He's not going to get it. That's double for Crims. And now Caron is his turn to try and see if he can survive. They've made a swift rotation here on the CT side, but they're just not getting the kills right now.
Yeah, this is what it comes down to in the end. They're always facing 2, 3, 4 Fnatic members, and that's not going to help, especially in the pistol. XR needs to land a brilliant headshot here, and he's looking towards Flusha, who's fairly low. Manages to find Pronax, and he's going to manage to pick him up, but are you kidding me? Flusha stops it from happening, but JW was looking for the knife at the end.
Yeah, he was. And a tiny detail that never really came into play at all. But something that Fnatic actually did that round is you saw at the end that they were boosting one guy up, counter-boosting in the vent. So if there had been an attempted reflex from 3D Max, that one guy was actually wrapping around through CT spawn. He would have been backstabbing him. There's no way you're going to read that as a CT team. That's so unlikely that will happen. So yeah, Fnatic sort of planning for the ultimate failure and making sure that they can maybe still come out of it on top.
Yeah, they go for this sort of thing on multiple maps as well. Oh, the lob. That was graceful. That was graceful. Olafmeister, he's basically the eye in the sky, the finger of God at this point. 3 kills for him, and it will be another Fnatic round going into it.
Now let's see if the Finnish team has a little bit more to show us here. It's a really tough first opponent that they've managed to pit themselves against here in Fnatic. Probably in most people's minds, the favorites to take this whole thing. Even when IP was still in it, I think a lot of people would have said Fnatic anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be one more eco coming up. So basically 14-4 before 3D Max can realistically make a buy. And at that point, they've really got to make it work. Look at this, though.
That's cool.
Nice movement.
Yeah, nice one. Clever. 3D Max, however, they're striking back into this, managing to pick up 1 frag, but it's not going to be enough. It's a 4-on-4 situation, and Fnatic still have all of the guns. The question is, do they actually set up in the proper positions? The bomb is still back in garage, so it's not shown. It hasn't been shown anywhere, and 3D Max are assuming it's going to be B. They have 2 guys on that site right now, and they've rotated 1 through CT spawn as well to lend a hand, and it will potentially be an B play here after all. But they're going out mid, so they may try and work their way up short or through vents and just try and split things up here on the B site. Yeah.
Yeah, and throwing a bit of a flashbang over towards A, pretending maybe they wanted to, you know, push up there. But yeah, you're right. It's going to be a B push. Good smoke off towards CT spawn. Caron, though, might not wait on the other side. He might just decide to push through as soon as anyone needs him.
Yeah, and there you go. He just goes lunging through, and there you go. Reflex, 2 big kills for him. Caron with the P250 can't connect, but Reflex is still alive on this site. Pronax finally gets rid of him, but it's a 1-on-1. XR with the P2K just goes YOLOing through the smoke again. Pronax, he has to know he's close.
Yeah, he tries and oh, he picks up the headshot. That's a triple from Pronax. The fact is, Reflex was 1 kill away from having a pistol ace in that round. He's really playing well, Reflex. You gotta give it to him, but it's not enough right now.
No, it's certainly... now is when it really needs to step up here for 3D Max. They've got the guns. XArt's got that AWP. They have decent number of nades. Now the battle. The B-side battle. There's the bait. And JW can't get the refrag.
No, but he peeks again. So yeah, they sacrifice Flusher, and then JW, the heavy artillery, gets into place and obviously makes it a whole lot more difficult. Karan down here, taking a little bit of fire in return, but he's doing some alright damage. And I think Fnatic have taken some grenade damage as well, so maybe there is something to be built off from here if you're on the CT side.
It's fairly even on both sides. Corona has dropped fairly low, however, so advantage Fnatic, especially since they've got that 4-on-4 situation on the T side. This will favor them when they decide to go for a plant. And Olofmeister picking up Disturbed, who is lurking pretty close to Garage there in mid. So this is going to open things up here for Fnatic. They've managed to get eyes on short. They're going to be able to smoke off Connector. And yeah, Olofmeister now, they can start applying some pressure to this A side if they want to.
Yeah, but they're going to go for the same B push, just like last time. Except they do leave Olofmeister in the middle, so it's kind of even more annoying. JW is going to pick up Karon, and Reflex is smoked down. And actually, Olofmeister does go down to Natu. He wins that battle. But is it enough for a retake? That's the question.
Yeah, it's a 2-on-4 situation at this point. Natu and Reflex. 2-on-4, 2-on-3 rather. But the bomb is going to get planted here. 25 seconds in the back corner as well. We saw how popular that plant position was for Titan.
Yeah, it worked really well. Definitely did. Reflex making some noise, just taking a step there, and Pronax for the final kill. So couldn't make the retake work. 15-4. Straight into the 20th round, and obviously 3D Max going to be forcing up whatever they can. That's how it works.
They have to. They have to try and stave off defeat. But it's looking like Fnatic it really does look like Fnatic have not been pressured at all in this match. They just look so clean. Their plays, their aim, everybody seems to be playing well right now. And as far as the calls are concerned, Pronax has been on point this entire time.
No. JW getting a taste of his own medicine with that Mag 7, but it's still a 4-on-3 here, and Olofmeister and Pronax and Flusher just laying waste in the middle, leaving Natu alone, defending the A bomb site, which is not where the bomb is going, of course. Since they pretty much know that everyone else is dead, they can just go for it here.
Yeah, unfortunately. Natu not in the right place at the right time. And Olofmeister's already camping out in mid as well. He's going to be waiting, listening for where Natu's going to come from. Natu stomping his way through A main into Garage now, and Olofmeister should be able to hear this fairly soon. Unless Natu manages to pick up on the fact that somebody could be lurking out here.
Yeah,
there you go.
Definitely knows now. It's a good headshot coming in. But there is so little time left. He's not got a kit, so he has to actually just run the full distance and hope that he can just run in and take some insane headshots here. Otherwise, he's going to be out of time, simply.
Yeah, pop. Oh, the follow-up pop flash, so nasty. Natu doesn't turn away. He's going to face both of them at the same time, and Flusher will get the frag. So GG.